Analysis of The Merchant of Venice by William Shakespeare. First, let us see the author notes. William Shakespeare. He was born on 26th April 1564 and died on 23rd April 1616. He was an actor, playwright, poet, theatre entrepreneur in London during the late Elizabethan period. He was the greatest writer in the English language and world's greatest dramatist. He was also called as England's national poet and bard of Avon. Now let us see the settings. Settings of the Merchant of Venice is in Italy in the 16th century, mainly in Venice and also in Belmont. Now let us move to the theme. Themes of the Merchant of Venice are friendship, self-interest versus love, wealth, prejudice, revenge, and greed. So this is time to see the characters of the Merchant of Venice. There are lots of characters, so let us see the major characters only. First character Antonio. He was the title character. He was a merchant in Venice. He was the generous entrepreneur, wealthy merchant, and also the friend of Bassanio. Second one, Shylock. He is an antagonist of this play. He is the Jewish money lender in Venice. He is always mistreated by the Christians of Venice. And he is the father of Jessica and he is enemy to Antonio. Next, Portia. She is the heroine of the play, a rich, beautiful, and intelligent heiress of Belmont. She has a strong sense of humor and sparkling. She and Bassanio loves each other. At last, she is the one who saves Antonio. Bassanio. He is a gentleman of Venice, a close friend to Antonio and a lover of Portia. He is a clever and charming person. Then Jessica. She is the daughter of Shylock. She loves and elopes with Lorenzo against her father. She breaks her dad's heart by running with a Christian and also she converted into Christianity. Lorenzo. He is a young Christian man and he is the lover of Jessica. Next, Grantiano. He is a Venetian man, friend of Bassanio, and he wants to marry Nerissa. Who is Nerissa? Nerissa is a Portia's lady in waiting and friend, and also she marries Grandiano. At last, she discussing herself as a Portia's locker. Okay, now let us see the analysis. It starts with the Basania. We already know that Basania and Portia loves each other, but there was a one main problem in their marriage because Portia's father made one trick in her marriage, and that is the suitor of Portia has to choose a right cassette among the silver, lead, and gold cassettes and her father dies. The right cassette means that cassette has one portrait of Portia in it. If the suitor chooses the right cassette, then he can marry Portia. And already Princess of Morocco and Princess of Arabia came and tried, but they didn't choose the correct cassette. Mazania also wants to choose the right cassette, but he didn't have enough money to go to Portia's place, that is in Belmont. In order to travel to Portia's place, he asked his best friend Antonio for a money. But in that time, Antonio also didn't have enough money because Antonio's money is inverted in a number of trade ships. Then Antonio and Bassanio approached Shylock for money because Shylock was a money lender. Shylock considered this as the right time to revenge Antonio because he always wants to revenge Antonio. The thing is, they were business competitors. Then Shylock gives money to Bassanio and also tells the man that if they cannot repay the money, he will claim a pound of Antonio's flesh. With this money, Bassanio went to the Belmont along with his friend Granciano and also he chosen the right cassette. Then what? Both the Bassanio and Portia happily married together. At the same time, Granciano and Nerissa also married together. Granciano is the friend of Bassanio and Nerissa is the maid and also the friend of Portia. They also fell in love and they also married together happily. Menstaminus also have another one couple. They are Jessica and Ranzo. Jessica was a daughter of Shylock. She loves Ranzo, a Christian man, and she also elopes with him against her father. Then later, eventually, Jessica and Lorenzo ending up in Portia and Bassanio's household. On the other side, Antonio's ships have been lost, so he is unable to repay Shylock the money that had been loaned. Shylock takes Antonio to court in order to claim his pound of flesh. So, to help Antonio, Bassanio and Grangiano moves to the Venice. At the same time, Portia also goes to the Venice, but not in the name of Portia. She disguises herself as the lawyer in the name of Baldassar, and also Nerissa disguises herself as the law clerk of Baldassar. During the court scene, Bassanio offers Shylock twice the money lent, but Shylock refuses. At the last minute, as Shylock is about to cut a pound of flesh from Antonio, the lawyer, that is, Portia, claims that the law does not state he can have any of Antonio's blood. If he sheds any blood while cutting the flesh from Antonio's body, he will be sentenced to death. So it is impossible, right, to cut a piece of a flesh from our body without a blood. It is impossible. So the tables are turned on Shylock and he is severely punished. Then all of Shylock's wealth is seized and he is forced to convert to Christianity. Wait, the play didn't end. Portia played a trick with her husband. That is, she is just asking a ring from Antonio. The main thing is that is their wedding ring. But Bassanio didn't know that Baldassar was Portia, Portia was Baldassar. So he refused to give their wedding ring. But Antonio asked him to give it because with the help of Baldassar only they got saved from Shylock. Then Bassanio gave their wedding ring to Baldassar. At the same time, Nerissa also brought their wedding ring from her husband Grantiano by using the same trick. After that, Portia and Nerissa returned to Belmont and Bassanio and Grantiano also returned to the Belmont. In Belmont, Portia and Nerissa pretend to be angry with their husbands for having given away the rings they so to cherish. But the woman eventually revealed that they were the ones who saved Antonio while disguised as man. Then the play ended in a happy way.